Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. Today we have a special show for you all today. We're going to be giving you the 411 on content creation, how to secure brand partnerships, and how to monetize your content. And I am joined today by some amazing guests. These are my special guests. They're all amazing in their own way, come from different industries, and are using content to build their brands, build their business, and monetize. And monetize means making more money. And I'm especially an advocate for making money while you sleep. Okay. And that's passive income. So we work less, but we're earning more. And not just that, but we're making a greater impact as well through content creation. So we thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, as you come in, let us know who you are, where you're hailing from, and what your business is. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so we're going to get started because we have an hour today for this show. We do encourage you to ask your questions. If I see an important question, we'll point it out and try to answer it while we are on air. And then we'll follow up after the broadcast to answer any questions that we didn't get to. So I'm just asking ladies, while you're not talking, just to make sure everybody is muted so everybody can hear clearly about what's happening during this broadcast. Okay, so let's get started with the introductions of our special guests. So we're going to start with Dr. Renee. Welcome, Dr. Renee.
Well, thank you for having me, Shante. I'm Dr. Renee. I am a medical doctor, but I don't practice medicine in the traditional sense. I actually talk about health on media, all forms of media. So television, radio, print, and online media. And I'm a brand influencer, usually in health and wellness spaces. And I'm an author. I've written 2 books about allergies and asthma, and I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome. We're happy to have you here. Erica.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here and the topic. I am the founder of Amplify Her, where I help women turn their message into a movement through speaking, PR, and media. And this topic is so needed. And Shantae, I've shared 1,000 times how She Boss Talk is such a phenomenal resource. So I'm very excited to be here and just ready to help people start monetizing their brands and get that content going to turn it into some solutions for their business.
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Lanesha.
Hey everyone, I'm Lanesha Mohip. I am a virtual CFO and corporate accounting consultant. I'm based in the Chicago area, and I pretty much make business finances very easy to understand, organize, and implement in your small business despite your budget.
I love it. I love talking about finance. We talking about money today, and when you're making money, you gotta implement those processes and those systems to keep that money and make that money make more money for you. So you're a great resource for us here today, Lanisha. So thank you so much, Chantel.
Yes, hello. Thank you again for the opportunity, Shantae. My name is Chantel Williams. I am the owner of Maxell Creations LLC, and we're a graphic design business in which our mission is to deliver quality and far-reaching graphic solutions that foster those powerful connections. And a major part of that is creating that online presence and some offline. So just ensuring those visuals are captured through that creative approach. Again, thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we see you, our audience. We see you in the comments. I'm going to ask you to do us a favor. If you can make sure that you show this video some love, hit that like button or the love button, better yet, wherever you're tuning in. And then share this broadcast out to someone you know or tag them in this video. This is very important information because we have so many entrepreneurs reach out to us all the time about how do I make more money? Right? How do I make more money in my business? I'm maybe struggling with sales or sales are not where I want them to be, or I have goals that I'm trying to achieve. And how do I make more money through my business, but also allow me to have the flexibility and freedom to live the life that I want to live, right? To spend time with my family or go on vacation. How do I build my brand so I have a more brand equity? So these are things that we're going to be talking about today. So we're all on a social media platform. If you're watching, on a social media platform online. Online is the best place to be. So it was a great place to be before COVID. It's even a better place to be during COVID and beyond COVID, right? Being in the online space. So there's so much money to be made in the online space. You can pick your platform. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. You can choose your platform, where you want to be and where your audience is, and master that platform, create the content to make the impact you want to make and make more money doing it. So with that said, I want to just put out some questions to our guests here to just get their opinions about their process and their experience as content creators. So understand, this is what I say. If you are on social media and you have posted any type of content, then you're a content creator. It's just a matter of getting in the mindset that accepting that that's what you are and operating in that strategically. Because we see so many people on social media, they're wasting time on social media. They're not getting results. They're here. They're not strategic about the content that they're putting out. There's really no intent. And so they feel like they're spinning their wheels, but there's a better way to do it and get better results doing it. So the first thing that I would ask you all are doing this. How important do you think it is as an entrepreneur or a business owner to be creating content? Because not everybody understands the value. Even businesses that have been in business for many years, that brick and mortar, are still, this is new, navigating the area of creating content and getting online on social media and putting content that is relevant to their business. So how important do you think it is to create content for your business or your brand? Who wants to go first?
I'll jump in. Definitely, it's so important because it adds credibility. And I've seen so many opportunities from people getting picked up for reality TV shows, brand partnerships, as we're talking about, sponsorships, media features, just by maximizing that, what I call free real estate. Like, it's free to create an account. It's free to be on these platforms. And in times past, where the only way that you could market was through billboards and door to door and using all of this sweat equity and gas and cars and all of those things, you now can sit back and create a free account and build a massive brand just by showing up consistently as an expert with content.
I'm glad that you said that. Let me repeat that. Free, because I said that the other day. You have free platforms at your disposal that are helping you to push out content to more, not just your people, but more and more and more people. So I don't want that to be missed. So there's not an excuse. I don't have the money. I don't have the budget. These platforms are free to you, for you to use, and they are advocates of small business. So they want to help you get your content out to more people. So that's a great point that you brought up there. Thank you so much.
I'll go. I think it's very important because, as you said, with COVID and with other things that have pretty much shifted us and pushed us to the online virtual world, it's now a big key ticket item now more than ever. And also, like, if you're on site at events and things, afterwards, people want that lasting impression, so they're going to come and search for you online. That's like the first place. And tapping into these social media platforms, having content readily and available will help those decision makers and those investors to, want to do operations with you because of that online presence and having that content created and ready to go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I want to add on, but also take a mindset shift for a bit. When we think about these platforms, the commodity is our data. Mm-hmm. For these platforms. So there's a reason why they provide Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of these platforms for free. So the commodity is our data, it's our habits, right? And so they take that data and they monetize it. Mm-hmm. So if we're going to be on these apps, right, we have to figure out, especially us who are unemployable, right? Those who can't just go out and get a job, we have to learn to take these free apps and monetize it, right? So if you're going to be on an app scrolling, do it intentionally. Have a purpose, right? Our job really, especially if you're a 1099 income earner, if you're a small business owner, you should be on these apps to collect data about your audience, about your ideal client, about your ideal customer. What is it that they want to buy? So we're both using free tools and we're both using data to monetize, right? So I want to kind of open y'all's mindset up that if you don't have the money to put behind an ad spend, use these apps to collect that data, right? So you can figure out what is it my market needs so that I can sell it to them, right? So I just want y'all to kind of not be so scared about this opportunity, because you're going to miss out if you don't see it differently.
I love that. And the one thing that I tell people all the time is that these platforms, they give you the data. So there are so many analytics, or they may call them insights. Some are better than others, but I know Facebook has really good data analytics that in your back office, whether you're on your business page or your personal page. YouTube has analytics, TikTok has analytics, LinkedIn, Instagram. Again, pick your platform. They have the analytics, meaning they're telling you who your audience is, who is attracted to your content. Where are they? Are they in the US? Are they in another country? What cities are most tuned into your content? Are they men? Are they women? They're giving you data such as age. So again, this is all information that is of value to you to help you create better content. And also, what I think is important is building community around your content is even better. And the data is really going to help you operate strategically in that regard. So that was really helpful, Lanesha, because you have to be targeted. And I say, make sure you know who your audience is, because there's an audience for everything. There's an audience. I don't care how crazy the thing is you think you want to share or talk about. There is an audience for it. Believe me, I've seen all sorts of things. It doesn't matter if I like it, if it's appealing to me or not, it's appealing to somebody. So, and it also doesn't matter how much, if you put out content and there's other people doing the same thing, right? No one can present the content like you present it, and no one else is you. So people are really following you because they feel that you're relatable, right? So they relate to you. So it doesn't matter if someone else is creating content. It doesn't matter if somebody's doing a podcast. It doesn't matter if there's an Instagram influencer or Facebook. You are the only one that can be you, and that's what you should be focused on, is bringing more people to you, and then providing those people with value, and so that can help you build your pipeline so that you can make more money doing it. Dr. Renee, did we hear from you?
No, but I mean, they've said everything. I mean, everything they said is right, so I don't need to add to it.
One thing that I wanted to ask is about branding, because I know all of you are here. Most of you are here. And so I was looking at your brands before we actually came on, but most of them I'm very familiar with. And I think all of us have revamped our brands at some point in our entrepreneurship journey. So how important do you think branding is? Because I bring this topic up a lot. Your branding when it comes to, being attracting the audience that you want and really getting the results and having the impact that you want. Is branding important or not? And
very important.
Consistency in branding.
Yeah, exactly. Very important. Across all platforms, I have the same exact name. It's not this on this one and this on. It's the exact same everywhere. And it just makes it easier for people to remember. When I'm not in the room, my name gets mentioned because it's very easy to remember, and they remember my logo. There was many people for years that had never seen me in person, but they knew my name because of my logo. So it's really, 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 really key.
Awesome. Anyone else have any comments on branding?
I would
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I definitely agree. Go ahead.
Look at branding as an evolution, right? As you get more comfortable with your voice, as you get more comfortable with your offers, you will go through an evolution of your branding. It's not just your logo, it's not just your colors, it's not your website, because many of us have made money without even having all the things, in the right place. So it's also how you show up. It's also how you treat people. It's also how you build community by rallying celebrations as other people or your peers are winning. That's a part of your branding, right? So don't get so stuck and rigid about a logo or a design or a color scheme. It's going to evolve, because the better you get and the more confident, professionally confident you get, the more your branding is really going to speak to that. But you just got to consistently show up, and people are going to be like, "Oh, girl, I love this. I love what you're doing." You know what I mean? So just get comfortable with an evolution. Don't be so hard on yourself to have one set thing.
I like that. Branding is so important. But I think one thing that you mentioned is something that I mention all the time, is the showing up part. People think just because they're on their laptop or their computer that they're showing up, and they're not, right? So if you are not intentional about your content, if you're not getting out there and being consistent, showing up as your authentic self, creating valuable content, right? And content that matters to you. That's really what it's about. Creating content allows you to have a voice. Where oftentimes so many of us are muffled. We're told that we can't do this, we can't say that, we're too loud, we're too this, we're too that. Especially in corporate America, now you get to create your own platform, have your own space to tell your own story and use your voice in any way that you want. That's powerful. I mean, so if we just put the money aside, that's powerful, because there's nothing greater than being able to share your own story that has power to impact people, and then to be able to use your voice to say whatever it is that you want to say, so that you're heard. You're going to be heard by someone. But it's a matter of showing up day in and day out consistently. And how consistent that is, your schedule, you map it out, right? But the point is to stay consistent, because I can't tell you how many people that I've come across that they put out content, they didn't get a like. Somebody didn't like it. They didn't see that anybody viewed it, and then they gave up. So can we stay on the topic of showing up and being consistent, and why that is important? That is so important. I can't tell you, if I had given up when I didn't have a lot of views and a lot of people weren't commenting, I really would not be here where I am today if I had given up that early on when I started creating content. So let's talk about the importance of showing up and staying consistent with the process.
Content is king and consistency is queen. So you have to stay on your grind. I had a mentor that said, he was putting up videos and the only person watching was his mother and his brother. And then he ended up with a show on OWN. And it was one of the first shows on OWN because one of Oprah's team actually saw it. And I was like, that is exactly the same thing. Like with me, I just consistently put up content. One day I get an email, I get a message in LinkedIn, and somebody was asking me if they thought that I would align well with their company. And I was like, and I had never heard of the company. So I was like, let me look it up. And I was like, oh, I guess we might. And so I responded, and that's how I ended up with my show that's in 45,000 doctors' offices across the country. So, maybe I didn't have 10,000 views, but the right person saw my videos and was like, this girl is a doctor and she is a host. She can host a show that we can put in the doctor's waiting rooms to talk about different health issues. So you just got to show up. You just got to show up. And if you show up, you build it, they will come. And, people laugh when you say that, but it's the truth. If you build it, they will show up. Because it's random people that will stop me and say, oh, I watched your show about, or send me an inbox message, or the random people that inbox me to say they saw the show in the waiting room. And I don't know these people, but they saw the show in the waiting room and figured out how to contact me.
Mm-hmm. So. Absolutely. Yeah. There are people that will see you. They will never comment, right? Mm-hmm. But they're watching. Believe me, there are people, they're always watching you. Whether they hit the like button or not, whether they comment or not. I've been able to gain partners that they never commented. They saw me and they reached out to me because I continually showed up. That tells you the importance of showing up and being consistent when you show up, and when you're consistent, sharing value. So value may mean different things to different people. So we'll circle back around to what is really value, giving value, right? Because it is what you're giving to your audience. But I want to stay on the page of consistency, because it's very important, because people tend to, they have a low attention span, and they tend to give up very quickly. If something is, they want it now. Like, we live in a I need it right now world, where you're not in for the long game. I'm in this for the long game. And it's not just, it can't be all about, I'm doing this to make money. We're here to talk about money, but it can't be the sole reason that you're doing it, or it's not going to be successful. So we're telling you, giving you the roadmap on how to be successful and creating content that matters to your audience, to your listeners, to your viewers, to your community. And that is going to help you to make more money in your business. So Erica, can you share with us about consistency?
Yes. So I will say one of the things that I find, because I do a lot of content creation for other people, is that most people lack consistency when they lack clarity. So usually we can't show up when we don't know why we're showing up. So I always will encourage people, and I'm encouraging you right now, if you feel like you're not consistent, get really clear on why you're showing up. And the question that you can ask is, what's the transformation? Because showing up on social media typically falls within the awareness portion of your business. This is how you're marketing in some way, shape, or form. It's making people aware that you exist, that you have something, whatever that might be. So if you know the clear transformation on the front end for why you're showing up, it's going to be hard to not do it. It's going to be hard to not be consistent, because you know, when you have that clarity, that you're literally walking around with the answer to someone's biggest challenge. You're walking around with the cure to someone's biggest ailment. And how could you not share that? But usually I find people aren't consistent because they don't know why they're showing up, or they're like all over the place with the messaging. So it's really hard to like stay consistent with that.
So get clear on your messaging, on your why. Get clear on your why and clear on your messaging.
Yes, and also don't wait till it's so painful in your life that you can't get a client, get a sale, get a contract, get a partnership. Start sharing your belief systems and your values, because your voice is actually going to amplify so many other people that are not going to share their story, right? So when you get in a place of conviction about your purpose and what you're doing. So for me, finances is a huge thing in our community, because we've been taught that it's taboo. You don't say that. Shh, be quiet, sweep that under the rug. But when in actuality, every company we've ever worked for has a payroll department that's issued us a paycheck. So money is a tool that has had that's a conversation piece in literally everything that we do in the US of A, right? So you have to get convicted about what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I think Shantae mentioned it ain't really about the money. It's about the message. It's about the purpose, because the money's going to come afterward, because you're giving so much life to what people have been told to suppress and don't say nothing, right? The water cooler conversations, you're bringing it to the light. You got to be happy and proud about that, right? You have to be the moniker for that, because what people are going to say is, I had that same situation. I wish somebody told me that. I went through exactly that thing, right? And so you start to, like Shantae said, attract community, and your community starts to support you and buy your stuff, right? Refer you, or tag you. That's how you stay consistent.
I love it. Thank you so much. Did we miss anybody?
Yeah, I was just gonna say everything that everyone has mentioned is so true. The consistency, and then learning and studying your targets or your audience or those followers. Because, like we said, the likes it's okay, but they're watching. And also as far as the funding and money it will come, but just staying focused on the vision and what it is that you are hoping to obtain, and where you're trying to get to is someone that is trying to do the same thing, and they need that extra push. So when the likes may be falling off, or no one didn't share it, but somebody is watching, and all it's going to take is that one yes, and that could be the main person that you're helping to bring out of whatever it is that they're in, to help them pursue and move forward. So definitely stay consistent, keep showing up, keep doing the work, and putting in the work.
Absolutely. Now I have a question. This is a really good question for you all. Is when at what point in your career did you come to the realization that content was important for you to um, elevate in your business? Was it always there when you started, or did it come later
It was
in your
always
business
there for
career?
me. I tell everyone I wouldn't be on social media if I wasn't getting paid because I just wouldn't be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally, that's why I started my Twitter account. That's why I started my Facebook account. Like it was always a part of it.
Okay, awesome.
I think with me, people would always say, you post everything. You're always posting, whether it's personal, business, or whatnot. But I do have reasons behind the vision as to why I show that life work balance. And then I got to the point where, okay, yes, I'm always posting, but it's a reason. And now I see the reason behind it. It brings forth so many different opportunities. So, yes, I'm going to continue to post and keep going and encouraging the next person. It's okay to post different things online because it has great benefits.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons people say that is because, again, they haven't given themselves the permission to post, right? So they're really reflecting their insecurities or their issues on you, because people have told people, like, why are you even posting content? Like, who would ask someone like that? Who would ask someone that, right? Because it's important, if you have a business, that you share it. I mean, sometimes I don't understand if the McDonald's and the Walmarts and the Targets of the world fit as companies that are making billions and billions and billions of dollars, believe it's important for them to stay in front of people and share their content. I don't know why entrepreneurs and small business owners don't think it's important for them. Now, how you do it makes a difference, right? So, but again, it goes back to being strategic and not spamming people. Nobody wants to be spam. But if you're doing this strategically, then you're going to get the results if you're sharing value, which we'll get into in just a second. But you cannot, let me tell you, because people really have issues around this and they lack confidence in this area. Even when it comes down to emails, I've seen conversations on that's content. So Facebook is not the only platform. You can have a blog, you can have a podcast, you can be on Etsy or Amazon or Alignable, or you have your own email list and website. I've heard people debate about how much is too much content to share on through email, right? So these will always be debates. You have to do what works for you, and don't let outside opinions dictate what you do for your own brand and business. You will, once you start working it, you test it and see what is working and what doesn't work. Then if it's not working, pull back on it. What's working, do more of that thing. But to not do it because there's so many spectators out here that's lacking confidence or don't believe in what it is that you're doing, or it didn't work for them, does not mean it's not going to work for you. And so I wanted to put that out there, because a lot of times people want to, if they can't do it, they don't think it's possible for themselves, then they don't want you doing it. And we can't let those types of things hold us back from what it is that we need to be doing. Yeah, so we have
that's definitely an insecurity issue. I think entrepreneurs have to grow in their maturity. They have to stop feeling entitled to a sale or a client. And you also have to stop people pleasing, right? Corporations spend millions of dollars in market research to figure out how to market to us on TV, through an ad, through social media, through radio. So for you to have this underlying assumption that too much content exists, that's an insecurity you have that you have to overcome.
Yes.
Because you're either going to do it one of two ways. You're going to pay for ad spend, or you're going to do it organically. And that's your time. So you're going to pay money, or you're going to give it in time. There's no overcoming either one of that. But how do you expect to get a sale or a client or a conversion without them knowing what you do, who you are, where you are, what do you offer, where you think they're going to come from? They're not going to fall in your lap. So you have to figure out, is it going to be free, my time investment, or is it going to be money? Pick it. That's it. We live in the US of A. Use other people's assets, okay? So you have to pick which one I'm going to use to make my conversions. Don't put that on other people. That's something you have to settle, not us.
Ooh, we dropping gems for y'all today.
Listen, I want to add to what Lanesha just said. It's so powerful because even when you think about the organic piece and then the ad spend, you're just putting money on what you've proven organically. A lot of people come out and think I can just spend thousands of dollars on ads. I've had so many clients that have come to me where they've spent tens of thousands of dollars on ads and still didn't get the results they wanted, because you still need that clarity. And when you have that clarity, when you know who you're called to, how you're transforming them, why you're showing up, you're going to be excited when the person that tells you you're posting too much, great, because it's not for them. The person that needs what you have, they're excited. They can't wait for your next video to drop. They can't wait for your message to come out. They can't wait for your event to happen, your next product, your next service, because we call those people ideal clients. Your ideal client actually wants to work with you. They want to hear from you. They want to, see you. And so as Lanesha said, that's a mindset challenge. If you find that you're afraid to post or you're afraid to show up, I would say it's something to work on within your mindset, and also getting that clarity of who am I called to, because they are waiting for you to post. They're waiting for you to collaborate. They're waiting for you to show up. And we have to get really clear on that, I think, and that will eliminate that feeling that you're putting too much out there, because you'll just want to keep putting out more when you know it's helping people.
This is so good. The mindset is so important. So we got to get our mindsets right and make the shifts that we need to make and get super clear on who we are, who it is that we serve or want to serve, right? Not everybody is your audience. Not everybody is your client, and nor should they be. And like she said, the people that are for you, they're going to be waiting. They're waiting for you to show up. I tell people that all the time. Right now, there are people literally waiting for you to decide that you're going to show up. So how long are you going to keep them waiting? Right? So these are things you can start putting into practice today. And start getting results from it by taking the strategies and tips that we're sharing here for you today. Now, one of the questions that I wanted to ask, because all of us are monetizing our content, okay? But I want to just ask about, where are you sharing content the most? Because I just mentioned so many platforms, that there's so many other platforms that you can create content on and monetize on. But what are your go-tos? Let's keep it to top twos. Your top two platforms. If you only have one, I tell people, master one. You don't have to be all over the place and be doing everything. Then it becomes overwhelming. Master one platform and let that platform be where your audience is. Find out where your audience is and master that one platform. You can do with one platform, you can make millions. Okay. You don't even have to be all over the place. Pick your platform. So what are your go-to platforms that work the best for you?
I use Instagram and YouTube, and it's because actually both of them are monetized, and that's why.
Oh,
thankfully, when you put on the Instagram, you can connect your Facebook, so then it'll just share over there anyway. So
yeah. So you're saying that you chose those two for the pure solely because you can monetize your content.
Yeah, right. I mean, I worked to get it that way.
Right,
YouTube and Instagram, through my partnerships, that's one of the places that I get paid. So
okay. Awesome. So Instagram and YouTube. Who else wants to share?
Yes. Facebook for me, and YouTube. I love YouTube because even I've gone through like a season. I won't get into like all the personal stuff, but there was a season this past year where I couldn't really post. And because of that, like, I learned that the binge worthiness of YouTube, you still can be monetizing videos you put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So those are definitely my top two favorites, Facebook and YouTube.
I'm glad that you mentioned binge worthy, because people tell me all the time they binge watch my videos on YouTube. All the time. People love YouTube. And And so that's a very good point that you brought up there. Lanesha, what are your so wait, Facebook and YouTube, right? But why Facebook?
So Facebook, it fills the need of what I think is like your fastest cash. For my experience, where you can build community. Everything doesn't have to be necessarily that platform has monetized you, because you have, I think, like a lot of flexibility to monetize yourself on Facebook. So that's just been one of the places where, same thing, binge worthy. I'll have people go find a post from feels like 1956 and like inbox you and turn into a 2, 3, 4, 5 year client. So I think like Facebook has given me that longevity and connections, like really authentic connections.
I love it. Lanesha?
I'm with the OGs on Facebook. I can be comfortable over there. I feel like I'm talking to my cousins and them. I don't feel it's stuffy. And then, so for my client base, it's Facebook, but for like brand opportunities, it's TikTok.
Okay, awesome. And I love your TikToks. By the way, I react to them quite often. Chantel?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely would say Facebook has been like the main go-to, of course, with the connection with Instagram, but then TikTok is more of like the free world and being able to be really creative and tapping into other opportunities as well, but just having the fun.
Audience, so I'm going to ask you, what is your go-to platform? What is your go-to platform that you're on that you can be creating content like right now, where your audience is? Now, I know for me, we got started here on Facebook with our live show. That's what we got started, but I had made the commitment right before COVID that I really want to get serious about YouTube. And it was good that I did it. So when you're called to do something, just do it. Just be obedient to that call. I didn't know why I was led to do a show. I knew I wanted to, I wanted to spotlight entrepreneurs. I had no idea that it would turn into a business. And then when I went to YouTube, I said, I want to get serious about YouTube. I didn't even really care for YouTube. I wasn't even watching YouTube until I really felt on challenging times, some of the most challenging times in my life. And so I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I don't watch a lot of TV, got rid of cable and all this things. So if I wanted to watch something, I went to YouTube. I didn't even care for it. But I was like, oh my goodness, it has so much great content. Like, so now YouTube is like my go-to to watch content and actually create content. And then I look at the platforms that are search engines. So YouTube is the second largest search engine to Google, is owned by Google. So people are searching all types of things, all types of topics there. And so I say, if you're on any type of platform, any other platform, my recommendation that you also couple that with YouTube. All the TikTokers, they're on YouTube. And YouTube is the number one, to me, in my opinion, and I think there's facts that can back this up, the number one platform for making money with video content, even bigger than TikTok. TikTokers don't make a whole lot of money. Now, this is outside of brand deals, which we'll talk about in just a moment here, but actually monetizing through what we call partnership programs through the platform. So you need to check your platform and check if they have a partnership program. So, or monetization program. Both Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I know, do, and I believe TikTok does as well. And so I think to start is to find out what their monetization programs are and how you become eligible. So then when you're planning out your content, you're also planning with the goal in mind to monetize your content, right? So you're giving out free content, but the platforms are paying you. Okay. So the platforms are paying you. So are there any of our guests that are have been accepted into any of the partnership programs like YouTube or Facebook, where you're monitoring directly through them? Renee, I know you are, because you got on the platform specifically for that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I, like you, right before COVID, I said, I am going to get monetized. Now, I had been on YouTube, and actually many years. So I started my show in 2014, and right somewhere around 2016, 2015, I was monetized, but then they changed the requirements and it got snatched, which was so unfair. And so then when 2020 started, I said, this is going to be the year that I am going to be monetized on YouTube. And then the world shut down, and I was like, okay. In February of that year, I think I had 400 viewing hours, and you had to have 4,000.
4,000.
And by Labor Day, I had it. And I was like, and my mother was like, how are you going to do that? I said, don't worry about it. I got this. I will figure it out. And I was on YouTube studying all these people that had done it and trying to figure out how they did it and stuff. And like I said, I made it happen. But YouTube, and then I've also gotten paid from Instagram as well.
Awesome. So know that they have partnership programs through the platform. This is one way to make money. Okay. So like Facebook may have they have at least 5 or 6 ways that you can monetize directly through them. So as you grow your audience and your viewership on Facebook, and this is on your Facebook business page, they also have it on your personal profile now, because there's professional mode. So you have to be invited to have a professional profile. So you can be making money on your business page and making money on your personal
I forgot. I do have that too. I'm on Facebook as well.
The opportunities are limitless. Okay. One of my peers has 100,000 followers on her personal page alone. And she's has all of the monetizations except for subscriptions. So that's the one that she's working for. So they can set it up where you get paid on ads, you get stars, right? People can put stars, pay stars on your live videos, on your video reels. And I think other posts too. Like I went to some of my posts and it was an option to star those posts. But there's so many ways to make money, subscriptions, and there's some other ways on. They had the bonuses, but I think they stopped the bonuses. Don't know if they're going to bring them back or not. But I know a lot of people made including me, made good money through the bonus programs while they were here. So take advantage. You have to be in the know of what's happening as a content creator for when these programs become available. So who else is taking advantage of, who else is a partner?
I have a partnership through YouTube.
Okay, so you're a YouTube partner?
Yeah, so same like y'all said, coming into 2020, I'm like, I have been neglecting YouTube for far too long. I need to get these 4,000 watch hours. So monetizing that. Facebook, I don't know if they still do this because I haven't really used it lately, but the instant articles was a way to monetize on Facebook.
Instant articles.
And I would say, I don't know if we're getting into this, but even for those of you that maybe you don't have the audience yet, the audience size, or maybe like the watch hours, that's where podcasting platforms come in, because you can instantly be monetized as soon as you launch that podcast. Another feature that YouTube has offered, you can't be instantly monetized on YouTube, but I'm saying like if you start a podcast through like Spreaker or Anchor or other podcasting platforms, that's instant monetization. And but YouTube, by far, I agree with you, Shantae, because I have clients that have scaled literally to over 500,000 from YouTube ads alone, just from YouTube monetization. So it's definitely a good, viable, if you're, obviously their videos are getting like in the millions, but consistently, but it definitely can pay well.
Yeah, and by the way, I didn't mention this, but I mentioned it earlier in the community, is that YouTube, again, changed the eligibility requirements to become a partner. They lowered the requirements again. That means more of you all can become monetized quicker. I mean, and YouTube has like 10. I think they have 10 ways to monetize through their partnership program. I think I'm monetized in all the ways. And one is, if you have merchandise, you can link your merchandise to the shop. And now they have it where not only can you link it to your shop, so you have the shop there, but you can also tag your products and videos. In addition, they have an affiliate program. So now you can tag other name brand products in your videos and be paid as an affiliate. So we'll talk about affiliate marketing in just a second. But you see all these ways that they're coming out for you to make money with your content. And tagging in videos really work. I did it a lot during the pandemic in my videos. That's how people found my products and were able to purchase directly from the video. They don't have to go to your website. It's right there on the platform for them to buy. This people buy all the time online. Let me tell you. I think all of us have probably made some purchase online. I know I have, just in the this week I've done it. So know that people are buying. So the things that you have to offer to sell, is either you need to have something that you're selling, or go find something that someone else is selling and sell it for them.
Can I give a tip though?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all getting comfortable selling these products. Okay, so y'all remember when COVID, everybody was in the house, right?
Yes.
Think about this. Because everybody was in the house, the states lost a lot of money. Okay, because we weren't in the store shopping, buying tangible, physical products. So because the states lost a lot of money, if you are selling physical products, please do your due diligence and learn the rules about selling physical products in your state. IRS don't care about that. It's the state, right? So all those businesses that blew up, Shopify and Big Cartel and all those e-commerce brands, don't play with the states. You cannot sell and move product in their state without giving them a piece. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So don't be so quick to just sell a product, because you don't want to get in trouble with the agency that controls a lot of the things that we need, i.e., our driver's license, our business licenses, our LLCs. Don't play. Okay. This is a big part of their revenue and how they pay for things in our state. Okay. So just do your due diligence with your state's Department of Revenue before you run out there and make a lot of money selling physical products. And some of y'all who drop ship, be careful about that too, because again, the states are trying to figure out, how can I make more revenue? How can I bring in more revenue? Digital products is also on their highlights of bringing in more tax revenue. Okay, so do your due diligence before you run out there, because you can go viral one time and blow up. And all it takes, depending on your state, 200 transactions, 20,000 in sales. It may be a combination. So don't get into the weeds before you do your work first, because that could be a potential tax situation. You don't want that smoke.
That's why they're actually changing some of the reporting requirements on some of these.
Yep.
Like these apps that we use, like Venmo and Cash App and PayPal and all of the things. So these are things, just a few, that we're gonna have to do a part 2 of this, because there's so much to it. Because again, we're preparing you for the fact that you're gonna be making money, and a lot of it.
You will make a lot of money. Yeah.
You gotta be prepared. So you're like, okay, I'm in this. This is the thing. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Now you got to prepare yourself. And know that these are some of the things considerations that you have to have. How are you going to set up your business? Where are you going to be banking at? Right. So these are a lot of things that we can actually focus on in the next show too, because there's so much to get through. But these are things that you need to be thinking about now, because I just think of one of the people that I watch a lot of her interviews. She's amazing. Tabitha Brown. Brown. She did one video that went viral. She didn't even want to be doing videos. She didn't want to be, like a lot of you all tell me, oh, I don't want to do videos. Then you don't want to make money. Like, how you gonna say you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, but there's something that you can do to make you money, but you just refuse to do it? I mean, that's not against your values. That's different. But if you're just not doing something because you're just afraid to do it, or somebody told you not to do it, you're uncomfortable doing it, you got to be willing to get uncomfortable. The people that's making the money are the risk takers. They're the ones that's willing to get uncomfortable and get out here and create the content that matters, that people need. They're waiting on us. They're waiting on us to show up right now. People tell me that all the time, how thankful they are that I showed up at the time that I showed up when they needed me the most. When no one else was giving the content that I was giving, that I give. And so just imagine if I was not there for them. That's what I think about. I mean, that would be so devastating for me to know that because of fear, I let fear keep me from my purpose. And And we're all here on assignment. That's what we're on here. We're all on assignment. That's all it is. And you're putting out the content to the communities that need it the most. But we're showing you, okay, you're doing this, you're operating in purpose, and this is how you can make money doing it, right? So just the platforms themselves are going to pay you to create content, and know that they compete against each other for your data, right? For your content. So if you know, TikTok is trying to outdo YouTube, YouTube is trying to outdo TikTok, Facebook trying to outdo YouTube. So they're going to keep coming out with more programs, more incentives to keep you creating content on their platforms. But guess what? This is another thing that I share in another video, but repurposing the content. So you can be making money across platforms and not overexhausting yourself with content. You know how many times, like Dr. Renee just said, she posts on Instagram. There's an automatic feature. There's a feature that lets you automatically post it to Facebook. There's so many reels that go viral that I see that I enjoy, and those that go viral, that when I click on the comment button, it's not on Facebook, it's on Instagram. So not only did they get capture audience on Instagram, now it's on Facebook. And then you go on TikTok and people are sharing TikTok videos on Facebook and then resharing them on Instagram. Or they're resharing them on a YouTube short. I mean, are y'all doing the math? Do the math. Go to these platforms, go check out what makes you eligible for their monetization. If you just made money that way, that's not the only ways to make money, but just focus on getting monetized, right? So once you do all the pre-work and then set it up, what do you want to do? What is it that you want to talk about that you can talk about forever? And don't tell me you don't know what to talk about. Talk about stuff that you could talk about it whether somebody pays you or not. What is that thing? Start there and talk about it, right? What is that something that's just challenging, frustrating to you? You just talk about it all the time. Talk about that thing. You know, so a lot of times we're too focused on, oh, I have to get uncomfortable first and talk about something I don't even relate to. Why would you do that? Do something you already relate to. So if it's about being a single mom or being a single dad or navigating entrepreneurship or how to transition out of corporate America or how to deal with, you know, being a minority in the United States, it really doesn't matter. If it's content around your pets, if it's content around your family, you know, what your process is to make meals or how you save money or save time, whatever it is that gets you excited that you can talk about, start talking about that thing. Develop content around that and build a community around that topic or those topics that are relatable, right? That's what I will offer to you. Okay, so we have a few more minutes. So I really want to talk about brand partnerships because I did a 3-part series, just wrapped it up on brand partnerships. So some may call them brand deals, brand sponsorships. They come in a number of different forms of how you can partner with other brands. And they're not just the top brands. You can partner with small business brands, entrepreneur brands. I actually advocate for that the most. Medium-sized, small companies, medium-sized companies that you can partner with to make money. They will pay you for all types of things, right? So maybe they pay you to put an ad or be a sponsored video or for you to do a product review. We see these things all of the time. One of the biggest ways and easiest ways to partner is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, where companies, this is a great opportunity, is low risk for the company that is producing the product or the service, right? Because really is if they partner with us, right, to help them promote their product to our audiences, because we're more related to them, right? So the people, they like us, they know us, they trust us, they follow us, they're engaged with us. So we have already built a relationship with them, and this is called relationship marketing, and it works. They know it works, so that's why they want to partner with us, and they pay a lot of money for us to share information on their products and services. And when they do, we get a unique link. Someone clicks on the link, they buy, and we get a percentage So it's a win-win-win. The company gets paid, the customer gets their solution to their problem, and we get a percentage payment as well. And it's easy to be able to do it. I always say, think about, what do you right now use in your business? So we're all like entrepreneurs and business owners, and people don't even think about this. What are the tools you're already using? Most likely 99% of those companies have an affiliate or referral marketing program that you can sign up for today. And people haven't even thought about it, don't even know that these programs exist. And you talk about the product, like I talk about Canva all the time. I can talk about Canva all day, every day we use it, right? So I'm a Canva pro and I'm an affiliate of the program. So guess what I'm doing? I'm sharing it. And when people sign up for and become a pro or sign up for the paid account, guess what? I get paid for that. So that's how affiliate marketing works. So that's one of the easiest ways and biggest ways. There's a lot of high ticket offers in that space, but there's so many ways, from being an ambassador to creating customized programs that work for both you and the company that would like to partner with you or you would like to partner with. So can we talk really quickly about some of the partnerships, or talk about your experience with brand partnerships and what they look like for you and how well they have worked?
So I've done everything. So many years ago, I used to do media loans. So I would get a new car every week, and I drive the car, and as long as I had enough gas to get to the next gas station, I was good. So I didn't have to buy gas either. And I would get a media loan every city I was in, because I traveled like 20,000 miles. 2019 was the last year that I was really flying a lot. So every city I was in, I would get another car. And like I said, every week a new car would come. I just tell them where I'm at. And that was lovely. I did not get paid for that, but I didn't need to get paid for it. I'm not renting a car.
Right. That's
And
value.
I actually ended up giving up my car because I hadn't drove it in a year. And I was like, what do I need to pay car insurance for a car I'm not driving? So that was wonderful save of money. So that's how I made money, put money back in my pocket. I used to reach out to just about, like, I would think about what's on my head down to my toes. And I'm like, okay. And I would just reach out to the companies, and, and then some of them hit and some of them didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a brand ambassador for my hair products. I have done, I've done just about everything. And then affiliate marketing, amazing, wonderful, because that's the money you make in your sleep. I really don't think about it. The money just drops into my account every month. My best affiliate marketing are the ones that are subscription services that pay me every month, that the people who subscribe through me get paid. So yes, those are the best ones. I'm actually a StreamYard affiliate. I've been a StreamYard affiliate since, oh my God, probably since the beginning of the pandemic, like shortly after the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. And that's the platform that we're here using right now with Shantae. But I literally do not talk about any product unless I am going to get paid. So I won't say the name of it unless I'm getting paid by it. I just won't. Because I was like, what's the point? I'm like, why am I going to have people going to look for your stuff if you're not going to make sure that I get paid? So I just don't talk about, I won't say what they are unless I'm going to get paid by them. But I mean, I get paid by, I'm a trader. I do futures trading, day trading, and options trading. I get paid by the trading company that I trade with, because I've gotten people to sign on to trade with the same company. Like, it's just, the options are limitless. And then, of course, I work with corporations because they want to talk to my audience. So I get paid to do videos and to do interviews. So it's just, it's limitless. And I used to think, when I first started, I thought you had to have this huge following. And I met this woman who was traveling out of the country for free and staying at these fabulous places. And she had 3,000 subscribers to her blog. And I was like, that's not a lot.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of audience.
Right. She goes, oh no, it's not about quantity. It's about quality.
That's right.
And she was like, it's about the engagement. And then I was like, oh. And so she changed my mind. And like I said, that was early on that she changed my mind. And one of the brands that I worked with, they actually did the data analysis on my Instagram account. And we're like, do you know you have, I forgot what the percentage was of interaction and engagement. I had no idea. But I was the first person they called as soon as they started their brand ambassador program, because they were like, no, we want you. And I was like, really? I had no idea, because I was like, I don't have a ton of Instagram followers. But they were like, no, but you have the engagement. So I tell people it's all about quality, not quantity. And they might not be knocking on your door because they don't know you yet, but you need to figure out who and just reach out to them.
Yeah. It works both ways. That's really good. It works both ways. You can do outreach to companies and they would do outreach to you as well. And I like that you said that because people think they have the misconception you have to have a million followers. You don't. It's all about the quality. It goes back to the value of the content and what is resonating. And I've been amazed by people that reached out to me. It's like, and they don't even talk about like the numbers, but know that there are apps that they use to see where you are. So before you even have a chance to tell them, they already know, right? And so you just want to make sure you're showing up consistently, sharing value, and it's not even about the numbers. And also, in addition to money, like she said, she got to use a car. Just add it up. Do the math. Do the math. It's not always money, but just look at all the money she saved on not having to pay for her own car, the gas, the oil, the repairs, the maintenance, all of those things that they pay for her car. And so a lot of times through partnerships, they will pay for your clothes depending on what type of content creator you are and what type of brand partnership you have, equipment. So like we're working on one right now with Canon camera, right? I'm a content creator. I need cameras and video, right? So that's a lot of the things that I share and I will be sharing because I'm using all of these tools to create content. And so they need a review. So guess what? I need a camera. So I have to have a camera, right? So now I'm able to get a camera. So you can basically work it where you get everything that you need, everything paid for, and you never have to come out of pocket. That's money. That has real value. I'm just excited to talk about this because there's so many ways you can leverage partnerships, whether it's money or you're giving gifted items. And then another thing she said was everything she wears. And I told this to people and they don't think about it. They'll be wearing like this really cute whatever outfit, glasses, hat, knowing people coming up to you all the time asking you about it. Where'd you get that? And you are not signed up as an affiliate. Whatever, you need to be affiliate. If you're going to sport a brand or whatever, you need to be affiliate for that company. And when when they ask you, be ready to share that link. Matter of fact, have a QR code on your phone. So when they ask, oh yeah, people do it all the time. You'll be out to dinner. Somebody will just stop by and say, where did you get that outfit? Where did you get those shoes? So why are you not an ambassador for that shoe company or that hat company or the glasses or the jewelry that you're wearing? I mean, these are all it's just easy ways for you to make money, passive income, just by what you wear. And wear something that people like and they come up to you and be ready to offer it to them. Don't be like, I don't know. I have to find it because they're gone at that point, right? So who's next? Who's had a partnership?
I'll go. So I was gonna say, in addition to the collaborations, a lot of times with my clients, they take notice of how I've streamlined a lot of processes and ask for, what tools and things that I use. So that gives me an opportunity to then share the affiliate, and it's like a win-win because I'm helping them scale in their business as well. And then as far as like the small business partnerships, I look at them as collaboration opportunities, free marketing. Sometimes they may not be financial, but to be able to be a sponsor, to maybe provide a service that's going to allow me to be able to, get some marketing from their event or opportunity that they have. It's kind of like a win-win. So it is different ways that you can do it, but like you say, you don't want to leave anything on the table. So just looking for ways from all avenues on how to monetize, grab that partnership, and just, expand on the brand in all ways.
Absolutely.
For me, there's two ways to tackle it. So, like Shantae mentioned, sometimes these partnerships will surprise you. Their marketing team will do all of this research on your profiles to determine if it's a match, if it makes sense. But for my clients, if they have a business, we're going through their P&L to figure out what are you spending the most money on, right? So if you're a nail tech, for example, you should have partnerships with the nail color, the machine that you use, right? The supplies that you use, the aprons, all of that. They should be providing some type of add-on. If you're going to train and teach people how to do what you do, they should be providing that inventory or some type of monetized compensation to you. But what you can do on a personal basis, do a bill list. Audit your bill list. Where are you shopping at all the time? Is it Target? Is it Aldi? Is it Walmart? Where are you shopping at all the time? And then go into each room and write down all of those companies that you spend your money on every single month. So if you're going to talk about healthcare and lifestyle, what products would you recommend to your bestie, your cousin, right? Your auntie? You should be getting paid for that. So companies are taking marketing dollars that they've already have in the budget and they're shifting it to content creators and influencers. That's how you kind of have to look at it. So we are another line item in their budget to share their products or their services. You shouldn't be wearing any logos, like somebody already mentioned, for free, unless you've already had that conversation about an affiliate or partnership. Another thing, in your business, what's your tech stack? Right? So for me, QuickBooks is a big one, right? Payroll providers and software companies is a huge one, right? If I'm traveling via Delta, right, or whomever, whatever airline, do an audit and see, go Google their name and see if they have an affiliate relationship. If they don't, reach out to marketing at their company and ask about a relationship.
That's what it is.
Because they can create it, right? And for those of you who work 9-to-5 corporate jobs, stop referring people without a referral fee, because you are helping to minimize their recruitment budget. Okay? So if you're leaving the company on good terms, or you love this company, you patron this company, what's a referral fee if I send qualified people your way? Right? And sometimes you can create that dollar amount. I've had people tell me, what are you looking for? What are you thinking about? Create it. Because I know y'all got the money. You got the budget. And I just want a piece of it. Okay? So that's how you have to think about it. We live in a capitalist society, and you just got to take some of them dollars back into your household. That's it. That's it.
Y'all see my face? So, I love it.
I'm taking notes. Dr. Renee, I'm like, I got to get with you afterwards about that media car. Listen, I will say I was like, everything that everyone has named.
Let me write this down.
Yes, I like everything that y'all have named. I've used, from small businesses, as Shantae said, getting them to do featured ads on platforms. I've had new platforms. So again, it's not about your audience. I can create a podcast next week and you just don't know how many people hesitate to, they don't have the time to create the audience or create the podcast. So because you're creating it, you now can open up another platform for them. But I'll say one thing that you can leverage. I would do events, live events, and think about people sponsors. I've done this a lot, because if you can guarantee an audience of 100 people going to be at a venue, I've had venues sponsored for free. But you want people too, because if you can tell a company, hey, I'm going to have 400 dentists or women in entrepreneurship or whatever at this event, they can now sponsor it, because there's that organic connection that you make. So I also don't take lightly getting in contact with organizations that they may not be able to monetarily give you money, but they can send 20 people from their organization to your event, and then you get those 20 seats sponsored. So that's another thing. Also, how y'all said, I just don't like to pay for a lot of stuff. So getting whatever things printed out, whatever like services you're doing a lot of, I 9 times out of 10 am getting like handouts, magazines, books, and those things sponsored as well. So you're not having to cover the printing cost. And that's pretty straightforward too.
That's good. Like, we sponsor people. I did a post on this on sponsorship. So as entrepreneurs and small business, you can be sponsors and people can sponsor you. So it can work both ways. One thing I would do mention before we close out, that we have experiences that sometimes when companies reach out to us, they have a budget. They don't know how to use the budget, right? So they're coming to us for us to be creative with a plan to come back to them to say, how are we going to make the most use of your dollars? How is it going to be impactful to you? And then sometimes people come, they'll say, okay, I have X amount for an Instagram post. Well, we may not think we could do that, But I think when we think about it, how can we be more impactful? How can we be more impactful for us, the community that we serve, and them? So we present them with a proposal. So I would work on two, and maybe we could talk about this in part two, but having a proposal template drafted up in advance, because don't assume the company already has this already, or they know about all of the things. They have the budget. A lot of times they're not even familiar with how this process works. And maybe you're new to the process. So having a proposal is important. Also having a press kit. So when we do outreach, when we email a company or we DM a company and we start communication, we already have a press kit that talks about us, what we do, programs we have, content that we create, what platforms we're on, our analytics, how many followers we have, and our demographics, so that they have a clear they can see if we would be a good fit for what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Like, we just had a person, they said we have an $8,000 budget. So we told them, they didn't know what to do with those dollars. They said, well, can you share with me your ideas of how we can maximize this budget? And we went to them with a program. So like, I think a few of these people mentioned, if it's not already created, if it's not already happening, you can make it happen. You can create it for them, right? To make it work for you. But, I hope this has been very helpful for you and really get your wheels turning, get you excited about the money, ching, ching, all over the place with what we shared here. There's so many ways to make money online. There's so many ways to make money with your content. And you know that your content, whatever that content is, has value to somebody. So you just got to get it right in front of the right somebodies. And oftentimes it only takes one body, one person. One person can change. One can change. You're looking for all these people. It could take one. For the Tabitha and another person that was mentioned here today, it was one video, one piece of content that caused them to go viral, changed their whole life. Right? You never know what content you're going to put out that goes viral, that's going to resonate. What you want to do is put out content that's of value consistently. Talk about whatever you want to talk about to the audience that cares about it, and you're going to see results happen. So as we close out, I'm just going to thank my guests for showing up and showing out today. We really need to do a part two, so I'll reach out to you all on when we can get that scheduled. But let everyone know where they can reach you. What do you have going on, and where can they find you?
I am everywhere at Ask Dr. Renee. So you can YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, everything. And these are my two books that I've written, as this one is upside down. But they're about food allergies and asthma. That is my passion. I am someone who suffers. Well, I don't suffer. I'm a thriver of severe food allergies and severe asthma. And so I shared my story in Mommy, I Can't Breathe. And then this is also my story, but it's for the little ones about food allergies. But yeah, find me anywhere, Ask Dr. Renee, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, let me know.
Thank you. Erica.
Yes, you can find me everywhere at Erica Empowers. And I always say Erica spelled like America, just one C, across social media. Also, if you are someone that has a message, you're ready to step out and share it and turn it into a movement, you can apply at standonyourstory.com to speak at my next event.
Awesome. Lanesha?
I'm on pretty much all social media platforms under Polished CFO. The best way to connect with me is going to my profile, clicking the link in my bio. If you're looking to get your business finances organized, you are sick of overpaying in taxes, or you want to price your services and products for profitability, I'm the person that you need to chat with. But yeah, looking forward to the next one, part two.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm Chantel Williams. I'm on across all platforms, or the business name Maxell Creations LLC. That's MAXXTELL Creations with an S on the end. So definitely looking forward to next opportunities. Feel free to reach out if you all need some consulting services on the branding and graphics and things of that nature. Willing to lend that helping hand. And again, thank you.
Awesome. So all of their information, including the links to their Facebook pages, are in the video description, the caption where the words are of this video. And we'll be sure to, I'll have the guests put all their information in the comments of this video on our Facebook page so that you can have it, right? So this video the replay is going to be available any day, right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We thank you so much for tuning in. Get ready for part 2. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Have a great day.